Disrespectfully, I'm back. Let's go, baby. I'm back. I am back. Welcome to episode 59 of the Fight Night Forecast, where we highlight, recap, and cover all things boxing, baby. We're back. Disrespectfully, I'm back. Let's go. Listen, all I'm saying is, the haters out there didn't think I was coming back. You know what I mean? There's some people out there that thought I wasn't coming back. But I'm back. I'm back. Thank you for everybody that reached out. I had so many people reach out. They're like, man, Fight Night, listen, we miss you, man. And listen, I had a big Fight Night gang-sized hole in my heart. You know what I mean? I missed y'all so much, man. Listen, life was just life in a little bit. That's all it was. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. People were asking me if I was in good health, the whole 9 yards, man. Listen, everything's been good. Everything's been straight. People in the comments already said, no way. What's going on, baby? I'm here. I'm back. And we're back, baby. I'm back. I'm wearing the 4-5, you know what I mean? And it ain't to play games with you. It's to aim at you. You know what I mean? But now listen, man. Thank you guys so much for so many people, man. Were showing so much love. They were like, Fight Night, man, when you coming back, bro? Again, there's probably some people out there who were like, hey, thank God he's done. He ain't coming back. We got rid of him. We crushed another dream. You know what I mean? But listen, everything's been good. Life's been lifing a little bit. I did plan to take a little bit of a break after all the content that I put out after the Olympics, right? We were putting out videos like every single day there for a minute. Shout out Dr. Christy Halbert for all of her work on that. But yeah, I plan on taking a little bit of break, but it just ended up turning into a lot, man. Listen, so life was lifing. You know what I mean? Y'all that know me know that this is my heart, man. I put so much into this, man, and it was tough being away for a little bit. And that's okay. I had to get caught up with some things. As you can see, last time I was with y'all, man, we had a little curtain back here, you know what I mean? But now listen, I'm building a studio right now. So that's been, you know what I mean, building a studio. It's about to be nicer and nicer every single week, man. We're about to get right, you know what I mean? Have everything set back up. You know what I mean? We're working on upgrading equipment, all kinds of stuff. So just stay tuned, man. Appreciate you guys always rocking with me, man. So many people were in my corner, repping me. The gang was still growing, even though when your boy was gone, which it's a blessing, man. So just an absolute blessing. Thank you guys as always. Well, let's get right into it, man. Episode 59. Let's talk a little bit about August. So I was the last time I left you guys was Terrence Crawford defeating Israel Madrimov. So yeah, it was, listen, great fight. Just like I told you guys in the beginning, I told you guys that I believe that it was just a little bit too early for Israel Madrimov, man. That's all it really was, you know. And I got a whole list here of everything, pretty much everything that went on in August. You know what I mean? We left off with Terrence Crawford defeating Madrimov, and then it was actually a pretty good little month of boxing, and I regret not being here to cover it. You know what I mean? Like Luis Alberto Lopez lost to Leo. That was at featherweight, and that was for the IBF World Featherweight Championship. That was a big upset that happened there on excuse me. And the following week in August, and then we had Saturday, August 10th. We had also Virgil Ortiz Jr. beat Bohachuk. What does it say? He said, W stream, W. He said, I heard you had a health scare. No, man, ain't no health scare. We're good. Appreciate you. Hey, man, Playland, listen. My boy Playland, man, with the you know what I mean, with the beats, Playland with the beats, he was such a big part of me making my way back, man. So nothing but love to Playland, bro. The champ is back. The return is here. But yeah, man, all love. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time, man. So I appreciate it. Thank you for commenting in the stream, man. But yeah, so Virgil Ortiz beat Bohachuk, and that was for the interim super welterweight championship. And I think, man, that was kind of nasty work. A lot of people thought that maybe Bohachuk might have won. A lot of people are like, man, listen, it's really them just trying to set up that Terrence Crawford fight, and maybe it is, bro. But I'm thinking That's coming up pretty quick. That Terrence Crawford fight is. So we'll see. We might see that here pretty soon. Them knocking it out. We saw Abdullah Mason fight. He won second round TKO. Makhmudov got upset by Vianello. I watched that fight live, bro. Vianello kind of boxed him out a little bit. Christian and Billy won unanimous decision 10-rounder. And that was for the, I lied, that wasn't for a belt, my bad. Actually, that was a super middleweight. Canelo's got pretty much all those belts. Canelo got stripped in August of, I want to say the WBO, BA, one of those two. Nasty work. Jared Hurd fought Rosario. That went to a draw, 10 rounds at 160 pounds. What else did we have? There were some more in August here. I just kind of wrote down some notes on what all went down. We had, what are the big fights we had? Let's see. We keep looking here. Zepeda beat I'm tweaking. I can't remember if that's let's see here. Yeah, Jose Zepeda beat Ivan Redcatch, something like that. Yeah, so he beat him KO in the second round. What else happened, man? What else do we have? Early September, bro, we had Inoue beat Doheny, TKO round 7. What else do we have, man? I'm just, you know, we're catching up on everything, man. Let's just get it caught up. I know Floyd Mayweather fought. It ended up being a no contest against John Gotti. Of course, that was a rematch there in Mexico City of the little whatchamacallit, and I'm tweaking today. It's the, I don't know what it is, man. It's exhibition. That's what it is, man. My words are tied up today. Hey, maybe I got a little bit of ring rust, and that's just okay. That's just okay to have a little bit of ring rust. You know what I mean? But yeah. Listen, Shigoka, unanimous decision round 10, junior flyweight. All kind, man. Listen, August, Carmel Motan fought. That was on that Mayweather card. What else happened? Man, there's all kinds of stuff happening. That's pretty much the gist of it, though. We had quite a bit go on in August, and again, I apologize for missing it. I'm glad we covered the Olympics, and I'm glad I'm back. But listen, we got a big card this weekend, and this was one of the driving factors that I had to make sure I was back for this week. I had to make sure I was back for this week. We were good. We were set up. I'm about to get this all set up real quick. We're going to talk about Canelo and Edgar Berlanga. We got this fight week coming up on the 14th. About to be nasty work. I haven't said that in a minute, man. I really miss saying that. And sorry, man, if I'm a little, I mean, all over the place right now, but we do got a lot to cover, man, and I'm trying to keep this episode semi-quick, and you know, it's just kind of me getting back into it too, man. You know how it is. Just like the fighters have the ring rust, your boy got podcast rust, you know what I mean? It just be like that, speaking rust. Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's look at this Canelo Alvarez card. So we got Saturday, September 14th. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. I think, what is that, like 5 p.m. Pacific time, something like that is when it starts. Main event's going to walk around 11 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Central. It's being put on by PBC and DAZN. It's gonna be nasty work, bro. It's that traditional Mexican versus Puerto Rican matchup. You know what I mean? We got Canelo Alvarez out of Mexico, and we got Edgar Berlanga out of the PR. So let's look into it. Let's look into the full card here. So, stacked card, by the way. PBC did a great job putting this on. Very, very stacked card. You know, we got Stephen Fulton fighting Carlos Castro at featherweight. We got Rolly Romero fighting Manuel Jaimes at super lightweight. We got, listen, We got your boy Caleb, your boy Caleb Plant, baby. That's, yeah. And for those of y'all that know me, that's my favorite fighter, man. We got Caleb Plant fighting Trevor McCumbee. It's gonna be a tough fight. These guys got some bad blood. They got bad blood. McCumbie's got on there talking all kinds of stuff about how Caleb's a quitter. Caleb Gas is out. Caleb ain't that. He's washed, this and that and the other. And then you got Caleb on the other end talking about, I'm not no 32-year-old prospect. I don't disrespect the game like you do. You talk about McCumbie's, had some controversial PED allegations and stuff like that. I didn't really look too deep into it to see, if everything was true or not. But, there's a lot of bad blood that these guys are talking a lot. I mean, as fight week's gotten a little closer, I feel like we've been getting a little less and less of it. And they've been like, they did a press conference yesterday, and they seemed pretty respectful with each other in the interviews they were doing. But I think it's just at this point now, it's just time to get down to it and get working, baby. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So, y'all know I love Caleb Plant, man. I'm keeping it a stack here, right? I'm not gonna, I'm not the kind of boxing media guy that's just gonna, just tell you about fighters that I like. We cover everybody, everything in boxing. But I really do, man. Caleb Plant's my boy. It's my favorite fighter. He's one of the reasons why I ever laced up a pair of gloves myself. Big fan. But I'm gonna be real. I think it's a tough fight. I think Caleb Plant has a lot of advantages when it comes to he's fought bigger opponents in the past, has a better resume. This is kind of McCumbie's first big step up. But listen, even Caleb Plant said it. Caleb's like, listen, I've been in that same position when I fought Jose Euskadi. He said I was a heavy underdog. This is McCumbie's chance to make a name for himself. This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So it's a big chance, man. So McCumbie's going to come out strong. He's going to come out ready to take his chance. And I don't think he's taking it lightly at all. He looks like he's in good shape. Been watching a lot of the lead up to the fight when all the different and they used to call them like, I can't remember what they used to call them, like the PBC Showtime, like that little series leading up, but now they call it like Amazon Gloves Off or something like that. But yeah, been kind of watching like the camps and stuff like that. Been looking good. I think it's gonna be a good time. And that's not even the co-main event. That's what's nasty about it. It's not even the co-main event, man. That's gonna be a good fight. On the co-main, we have Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia. Danny Swift Garcia is gonna be back. Super excited for that. I've always been a big fan of Danny Garcia, and that's gonna be for Lara. And I'm talking about the same Erislandy Lara that fought Canelo back in like what was that, 2015, 2016, something like that, a little grip ago. You know what I mean? So this is the same Erislandy Lara that fought Canelo. Still a champion. He's changed his game up a lot. He ain't really like the Lara that we saw fight Canelo a while ago. This dude, I mean, he's moved up in weight obviously a little bit, and he's put, got a lot of power packed on. And really, it's just wild to see how different his game is, but he's doing it to make himself, relevant further into his career. So I'm hyped to see it, man. But yeah, Lara versus Danny Garcia, I think it's going to be a really good time. I mean, that's a tough fight to call because I really like Lara, but Danny Garcia is tough. And we could be seeing a changing of the belt. I mean, I really do believe we could be seeing a changing of the belt. That's going to be tough for my betting guys that want to know who's going to win that, man. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, that's for the WBA World Middleweight title. As a matter of fact, the Caleb Plant Trevor McCumbee fight is, I believe, for either the WBA or the WBO interim. So I can't guarantee because we know how Canelo is with his fights and who he schedules and whatnot. But that could be a runner-up for whoever Canelo might fight in the next few fights. If Plant or McCumbee win that WBA strap, interim strap rather, you never know. We could see a Caleb Plant rematch. We could see McCumbee fight Canelo Alvarez for the first time. You never know, man. So we'll have to see what happens with that. It's also if Canelo is interested in getting that strap back because he had to. I can't remember if it was is one of his titles he had to. It must be maybe possibly this interim title, the WBA or whatever it is. But I know there was one that he had to get rid of. But I mean, it's just if Canelo's interested in wanting to get that title back, he'll have to fight whoever that is. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I think we're in a great time for boxing. But then obviously the main event, we have Edgar Berlanga for the, I got it right here. Like I just say, I'm about to answer my own question. Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga for the WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight title. So it was the IBF that Canelo was stripped of, which there's probably going to be a title fight coming up pretty soon for that. So, yep, so only 3 titles on the line for the Canelo-Berlanga fight. We will see. You know, I'm about to go into detail here pretty quick on what I'm seeing, what I think is going to go down here in this Canelo fight. But it's only for 3 belts, man, and I don't know. I mean, I know it's going to be, it'll still be Berlanga's biggest fight, biggest payday, but it does kind of suck to see that it's not going to be for, not for the undisputed, you know. So we'll see what Canelo plans to do moving forward with getting that belt back or not. But let's get into it, though. Let's get into it. You know, we got Canelo Alvarez. We all know who he is. I mean, if you don't know who Canelo Alvarez is, you might not know what boxing, the sport of boxing is. You know, he's one of the top fighters up there with, you know, Tank Davis, Terrence Crawford, all of them guys, man. So one of the best to ever do it. We got Canelo Alvarez right up there in the mix with all them guys that the best to ever do it. So let's talk about it, though. So some people might be like, hey, man, who's that? Hey, Fight Night, who's Edgar Berlanga? Edgar Berlanga was was a really good prospect. So, I mean, it's tough because he, you know, he like, what do you have, like 19 straight knockouts or something like that, or 22 straight knockouts or something crazy? Nah, I don't think that might be too much. I know, he might be 20, I think he's undefeated, 22-0, I'm about to look it up. Right now. Edgar Berlanga, box rec, baby. Let's see. 22, so he's 22-0 right now. So, if I'm not mistaken, he went something crazy like 16 straight knockouts or something. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm gonna count them up right here for you guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, he had 16 straight knockouts. Listen, nasty prospect, 16 straight knockouts. He was dropping people like flies. And then listen, he takes a step up in competition, right? He fought Damon Nicholson, and unanimous decision. Then he fought Marcelo Coceres, another unanimous decision. Stevie Rolls, unanimous decision. Romer Alexis Angulo, unanimous decision. Jason Quigley, unanimous decision. Padraig McCrory was his last fight, knocked him out. So really, out of his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights, he's only got 1 knockout. So listen, he's taken a slight step up in competition, and it seems like those knockouts seem to kind of drop off a little bit. Now, what that tells me is that as he's taking these steps up in competition, he's fighting tougher dudes, you know what I mean? And maybe that power's not translating to these guys that really know what they're doing, you know what I mean? So, no knock on Berlanga. Dude's a dog. He hits hard. You know, I think it's just as he's stepping up in competition, he's naturally going to run into a little bit of what's the word I'm thinking of? A little bit of, you know, difficulty getting these guys out of here, right? So let's talk about it. He's got phenomenal power. You know, he's a pressure fighter. But I do see some holes in his game. I think he tends to overextend himself, trying to get those power shots off, whatnot, this, that, and the third. So I think we're going to see Canelo exploit those openings. You know, I really do think Canelo, I mean, it would be silly to think that Canelo is not going to exploit all those openings. I really think this is going to be a very similar fight to the Jaime Munguia fight. You know, I think it's going to be a tough, I mean, listen, that was a tough fight. Y'all can say whatever you want about Jaime Munguia. That was a tough fight. I think Berlanga is going to give him a pretty tough fight, tougher than we think it's going to be. But I'm not sure. We've never seen Berlanga's chin tested, really, for the most part, especially against someone with the caliber of Canelo. So I don't want to say knockout, but I could very easily see a knockout happening in a later round. I could see, you know, Berlanga is a good fighter, but he hasn't been seasoned the way that you know, he should have been going into this fight. I think he's very similar to Munguia when it comes to experience. I know Munguia had 43 fights, but really only had two or three of those fights that really had somebody that was, you know, a step up. Now Berlanga's got 22 fights. I would say he's probably had about 5 fights where he's taken a step up every time. So I would say they're about even when it comes to it. I think another big thing with Berlanga is this is going to be the biggest fight he's ever been in. That always plays a factor, whether you want to say it or not. It's always going to play a factor in his performance and how he does. You know, them lights get real heavy. You know what I mean? You get out there in the ring, you got, you know what I mean? You're out there, you do your ring walk first because you know Canelo's walking out second. You're sitting there for 3 minutes while 458 mariachi players are playing, you know what I mean, some Mexican fight song. You know what I mean? You're sitting there getting cold watching Canelo. Canelo's walking out like a movie, man. And then them lights get heavy quick, you know? So it's going to be a big moment for him, you know? And that's, we can't act like that's not gonna, you know, play a factor, because it's like, you know, it's crazy work, man. I think that it's going to be, what, Berlanga's maybe done like 2 main events, and they weren't even pay-per-view main event. You know what I mean? So it's going to be big. We got Playland, my boy Playland. Hey, listen, I shouted you out earlier, but I think you might have been off the stream, bro. Just want to say I just want to shout you out, bro. I just want to say from earlier, man, I appreciate all the love you gave me, bro, while your boy was down, you know what I mean? Fell back, now I'm back in it, you know what I mean? Just want to say I appreciate you, my boy. I don't know if you heard that earlier, but all love. He said, do you think boxing should stay in the Olympics? Absolutely, bro. It's one of the original sports from the Greek times, bro. You know, I think that I do understand that there's a lot going on with some controversies, and I know that like the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, is having some issues with the IBA, the World or the International Boxing Association or something like that. It's based out of Russia, and there's a lot of issues going on over there with that. But they are working on a new sanctioning body for Olympic boxing. So if you go back and watch that last episode with Dr. Halbert, she talks about how, you know, she really does talk about if they're, you know, if I think it's World Boxing is what they're trying to start up. And she said that there's enough countries. Then, sorry, I don't know what just happened. My bad, guys. So if you know, if there's enough people that really get into it and, you know, bring forth that effort to really change things, right? I think it could really, you know, change the landscape of Olympic boxing. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. I really do think that it's gonna happen. You know, Dr. Halbert's pretty sure that you know they're gonna create this organization. They're gonna fall in line, and we, you know, obviously we have a few years until the next Olympics, but it'd be a shame, bro, if we get the Olympics back in United States. Yeah, I believe it's gonna be in Los Angeles. It's gonna be a really good experience, man, and it'd be good for us to be on home soil too. You know, no hate or disrespect on any other country or anything, but it'd be good to have the United States on home soil and have our fighters show up, because there's people that train their whole life for their shot at the Olympics, you know. So I just hate to see it go to the wayside, you know. But there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in amateur boxing and in Olympic boxing, which I guess is kind of the same thing. But you know, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed, but I do think that they're gonna come back right with this World Boxing Organization. Playland said, "What isn't the current complaint corruption?" Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly the complaint. So, but you know, it's just something that's got to be worked on, man. But I really do think that boxing as a sport in general will suffer if we miss out on having them for the Olympics. So, yeah, for real. So, all right, let's get back into it though, real quick. Sorry for that little, you know, I mean, we got off on a little jaunt there, real quick. But really, at the end of the day, with this Canelo-Berlanga fight, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a good card. I really do think that if Canelo just stays tight, sticks to what works for him, use his IQ, his movement around the ring, I really do think he's going to be able to wear Berlanga down and get the win. Again, I think we're in for a tougher fight than a lot of people want to imagine. People think that Berlanga's going to get in there and just fall flat on his face. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's really he's really put the time in and really prepped, and he's been planning on having this fight for a little bit. So he's been studying Canelo. We can't act like he hasn't been. And a couple big questions with Canelo is I hate to say it because he's really in his prime still, but we always got to talk about the way fighters sometimes will overlook an easy fight technically, and age, man. And I'm not saying age in the fact that Canelo's 33, 34 years old. I'm talking about age in the fact that he's got 6 fights, something crazy like that. Was he 62, 2 and 2 or whatever? So he's got 66 fights, maybe 67. I can't remember, but he's got a lot of fights, man. So that there's a difference between a fighter's age and the age of him being in the ring. You know what I mean? So we got to always think about that. When is the possible decline going to happen? Maybe it's not going to happen, and I hope it's not. I love Canelo, bro. I don't want I can't imagine a boxing scene without Canelo as of right now, but he just brings so much to the sport. But we got to think about that stuff. It's easy to overlook an opponent if he's wanting to move into a bigger fight down the road or whatever the case may be. So super easy. He's Playland said, yeah, good way to phrase it. 60 fights, even though he's young, wear and tear over time. I mean, you got to, yeah, exactly, bro. You got to think that's 67, whatever that's 67 camps, 67 times in the ring. It's just like it adds up over time, man. It's all wear, like you said, it's wear and tear, man. It's just like, he might only be 33, 34 years old, which is not old by any means, especially for someone of his caliber. But you got to think has all the time in the ring worn on him. It seems like he went on that run at 68, where he had like 5 or 6 fights in a year. Then he seemed like he was a little down for a little bit, but they talk about he had to do some hand surgery and a few other things, and these past couple fights he's come back and looked really good. So I want to say, yeah, we're going to keep seeing that same Canelo for a little bit, but a lot of times you'll see fighters where they decline, they take a slight dip in performance, they come back up, and then you get the heavy decline. And again, I'm not wishing that on anybody. I want him to have the full extent of his career, take it as far as he wants to go, and keep building his legacy. But it's just how it is sometimes. So yeah, I'm excited for the card, guys. Yeah, September 14th, this Saturday. Card starts 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central. Let's do real quick move into what's coming up down the road too, just because we're gonna obviously get into that stuff later on as well. But man, I'm just happy to be back. I don't know. Sorry, I just had to say that. I'm just so happy to be back. Talking the sport that I like. Sorry that today was a little unconventional. It wasn't necessarily as bang, 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 bang as it normally is. But, your boy's shaking off a little bit of ring rust, baby. You know what I mean? So we're getting back into it. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy that I'm here to put something out for you guys. And I'm just happy, man, that the gang was behind my back. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got the haters that didn't think I was coming back. But, you know what I mean? Here I am. I'm back. All right. So yeah, we just talked about Canelo Alvarez and Berlanga. Looks like we have... the following week, we do have Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua, 12 rounds for the vacant IBF heavyweight title. And, there's some good people on that card as well. We have Josh Kelly versus Liam Smith, Anthony Casase and Josh Warrington. That's for the IBF junior lightweight title. There's some really good Mark Chamberlain versus Josh Pavley. That's 12 rounds at lightweight. Good stuff. September 27th, we got Alicia Baumgardner and Delphine Persoon. 10 rounds for Baumgartner's WBC junior lightweight title. That'd be a good women's card there. They don't have the full undercard out yet, but it'll be coming. He said, chant back live, chant back, 50-week streak starts now. But hey, it'll be longer than 50 week, baby. You know what I mean? We're out here, man. We're back. I'm back. I'm locked and loaded, baby. Nasty work. We're back. So most definitely. Then, you know, a little bit further down the road, you know, we have October 12th, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. That's going to be one of the biggest fights to make in boxing right now. Super hyped on that. November 15th, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And on that co-main, we got Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. And then just looking even further ahead, you know, we have December 21st, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, the second, you know, the rematch for Usyk's undisputed heavyweight championship, all 4 belts. You know, and then we got Anthony Joshua versus Dubois, whoever the winner that is. We got that in the mix. You know what I mean? So you know, it depends on who we see win in both those fights where it's gonna go. You know, but man, we got some good stuff coming down the way. So one big thing I do want to talk about is that we do have Turki Al-Ashik, who actually got a big award over during the Terrence Crawford Israel Madrimov fight. And, you know, for all the stuff he's been doing for boxing, I think he's doing great things, you know. But he is working on trying to make pay-per-views. And actually, man, you know, Playland, you might actually have been one of the people that brought this up at one point, to be real with you. I know I've had multiple conversations with multiple different subscribers on here about this, but he's working to make the pay-per-views way cheaper. So obviously we know there's a lot of problems with piracy and people not paying to stream fights and stuff like that because of the expense. You know, the average fight card right now, you're looking at $60 to $80 for a fight card, you know. And he was just talking that I want to say, like, for sure, he said he's making Bivol and Beterbiev, that pay-per-view card, he is making that $15, I want to say, in the UK, and $20 in the United States. I think with the goal to eventually make them all, you know, $15 or somewhere around that price. He believes that, you know, making it more affordable is going to bring more people to watch it, you know. So I think it'd be one of those things where we're going to have to see how it goes, you know what I mean? It does make me wonder if it's like, listen, people are already pirating it and getting it for free. What's the benefit of them paying $15 when they can say the $15, but, you know, maybe stream quality, whatever the case may be. I think I'm here for it. I really do think I'm here for it because, I mean, I'm thinking of me as a boxing fan when, you know, a lot of times I try to go somewhere that's playing it. You know what I mean? Like I go to, you know, I've been to movie theaters that play it, you know, and paid a little bit there. You know, I've gone to different venues that are playing it, you know, and stuff like that. That's usually how I watch it. You know, I'll go do it that way. But, you know, if you make it more affordable, I think you're going to get a lot more people that'll be able to watch it, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, if I didn't go watch that at a venue, which usually when I go to the venue, I'll get food or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, take care of the person that is showing the event, you know. Or obviously the movie theater, I've been to a couple where they play them in movie theaters or whatever the case may be, which I think the Canelo one's going to be in theaters. I might try to do that, we'll see. But, you know, help out the person that's showing the fight, you know, whatever the case may be. But, you know, I'm thinking to myself, if I didn't do it the way that I did it, you know, if I'm at home paying $90 a pay-per-view, you know, sometimes we have 3 to 4 sometimes there's a pay-per-view every weekend of the month, you know, and that's just boxing, let alone if you're a UFC fan, right? You got multiple pay-per-views on a weekend sometimes that people want to watch both, possibly, or, you know, you choose one or the other, whatever the case may be. It adds up, man. I mean, in this economy, I mean, it adds up. It definitely adds up. So I do think that making the pay-per-views more affordable will bring more eyes to the sport. You have more people watching. I think it can only do good things for the sport. I think it's something they're testing out. I think it's a great idea. Playland said, well, the Netflix fight pay-per-view is the next Netflix fight pay-per-view, or just for the regular cost. hey, I think you talk about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I believe if you're a Netflix subscriber, it's free. Not free, but you're paying for the monthly, membership. But yeah, you don't have to pay any extra cost if you're a Netflix member, which I think that might be revolutionizing the game a little bit too. It's the first live sporting event. I believe it's still the first live sporting event, unless they've done something in between when they were supposed to have the Tyson fight in the beginning and now, but I don't think they have. I think that's gonna revolutionize a lot of things. I think that might be helping drive the cost down a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments though, for real. Those of you guys that are watching live, or if you're watching this once it's been posted on YouTube, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the pricing. I think honestly it's only gonna do good things for the sport, and I think that it's really gonna bring a lot more eyes. And I'm with Turkey Al-Sheikh. I think that more eyes on the sport's only a good thing. So but yeah, listen, we're about almost 40 minutes. I'm gonna try to let y'all off here, man. I'm happy to be back. We're gonna get back in the swing of it. The episodes are gonna be better and better again. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, thank you guys so much. Listen, don't don't judge your boy off of the episode today. Go back and watch some of my old episodes. What do you say? The roast of Tom Brady was live on Netflix, I think. Yeah, it was. But I don't think that was technically a sporting event, though. That's the only thing. I think they're saying that this is the first live sporting event that Netflix is bringing on. And then I think Netflix is wanting to become more like an Amazon Prime or a YouTube TV or something like that, where they're showing all these live sports, So, but yeah, for real. If it's the first time to this stream, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's only going to get better and better again. We're going to build ourselves back up, take it one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Nasty work. You know what it is. But yeah, I'm back, and we ain't going nowhere. So I'll be back next week with a recap of what we're seeing this weekend and whatnot. And please like, comment, subscribe if you're in here right now. We got a few people in here, man. Please go like the stream. Go comment that I was rusty. I've been off for 4 weeks. Let me know that I did a bad job or whatever the case may be. Let me know. If you love me, let me know. You feel me? But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. Y'all know where I'm at. We're getting back to posting the Sean? Hey, what's up? Sean said about time. And we got my boy Jeff Brown in here, baby. He said good to see you again. Hey, thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. All love. A couple of OGs in the chat. Actually, we got like probably 3 or 4 OGs in the chat right now, man. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm back. If you guys didn't catch my little spiel earlier, your boy was just life was life in a little bit, man. So I've been moving cities again. I'm actually you guys might have seen I had that curtain back here, at one point, but I'm actually building out this studio right now. So this is like fresh drywall right here. And you can kind of see it's been taped and mudded. We're about to put all kinds of stuff up. About to get a whole studio set up. About to hopefully get a desk. All kinds of stuff. I got mic upgrades coming, man. All kinds of stuff. So we're really putting a lot of work into it. So listen, I fell back a little bit, but it's really just to push this thing even further, So building the brand. Love you guys, man. Appreciate y'all so much. So, but yeah, I'm back, man. So. Keep telling your friends, man, because we're growing. We're going to the moon with this bad girl, man. So, but yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Sean hit me with the fire emojis, baby. Hey, thank you guys so much again. But yeah, for real, thank you guys so much. If y'all need me, y'all know where I'm at. Go follow me on Instagram, jwood9515. Fight Night Forecast also is on there. I'm on TikTok now at the Fight Night Forecast. Been posting a little bit on there. Go find me, baby. Go find me. Let's keep rolling this to the moon, baby. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your night. I will see you guys next week. We're getting back down and dirty in it. You know what I mean? Peace.